Hey everyone, welcome back at SamyCaps. Today I'm going to give you an update on all the latest Path of Exile 2 news. We've had some relatively good information the last 4 or 5 days. And then I want to talk about an event that's just around the corner for Path of Exile 2. So without further ado, let's get at it. We got this tweet from Grinding Gear Games and the 0.2 update for Path of Exile 2. They're adding a lot of new support gems with an emphasis on skills that are lacking support gems options. And they did a little video here displaying some of the new support gems that we are going to have. And this video just gave us a small sample size of what was coming. So there's more support gems. Now, for those of you that are new to Path of Exile 2, currently what's in the game is literally 50% of the game. So there's a lot of stuff that's still coming in early access. So this was a little taste of some more support gems that are coming with the big patch in 0.2. And then we had this announcement regarding an update for 0.2 that's going to be in reference to the tower end game changes. So I'm going to play the clip and then I'm going to give you my take after this 28-second video by Grinding Gear Games.
In the 020 update for Path of Exile 2, we'll be giving all content the ability to spawn in tower maps, including bosses. This means towers will have the same clear requirements as regular maps, and you'll need to fulfill these requirements in order to activate the tower. Towers will be able to randomly generate with content on the Atlas, and they'll be able to gain content from using tablets on other towers in this radius as well.
So my initial take on these tower endgame changes, I have to say, I'm a little bit, I don't know what to think, to be honest with you. My first impression after watching this the other day is the fact that I don't think this is going to fix the problem with the towers. So currently, in the end game, the towers are utilized in many ways. In my opinion, towers are something in the end game that is kind of just like a pass through. And what I mean by that is we do the towers, and the main goal of the towers is for us to buff the other maps in that area for no other reason. So it's basically something that players just do to get out of the way so they can put a tablet in the tower once they've completed it and juice the maps around that tower. Now, the fact that you've taken that quick mechanic per se out of the game, and now in essence it becomes another map in the map. So we need to kill all the rares, we need to kill all the enemies on the map, etc. And if there are bosses that spawn, that just adds more grind to the grind. Now, normally this wouldn't bother me, but towers are already low on the totem pole of players liking it. And the fact that Grinding Gear Games has now added another element to it that just makes it a necessity to complete the tower with all this extra content in it, I don't think is going to be well received. That's my initial take. We'll see how it comes out, but I don't think this is going to be well received. But like I said, time will tell. I'm not a big fan of this. There should have been other ways to address the tower issues that are in the game right now. And this just seems like, dare I say it, and I thought I would never say it with Grinding Gear Games as the studio, but this seems like a very lazy fix. And again, time will tell. Maybe I'm way off my rockers, but I just think adding all this extra content in the towers is not going to go over well with the player base. That's my initial take. And lastly, I wanted to remind everybody, this was an announcement made before these other announcements that I talked about. And this is the fact that there are going to be the first ever race event in Path of Exile 2. And lo and behold, It's this weekend, Sunday to be exact. And players will compete for the first kill of Doriani in Act 3 in a standard solo self-found fixed layout environment. And while this is not a hardcore event, players will incur a penalty upon death, where they will not be able to move until a 1 minute period has lapsed. So it's solo self-found, standard, and if you die, your character is frozen for 1 minute. So you get a 1 minute penalty where you can't do anything. So pretty interesting. And here are the times, so you can check this out in your local time. So the first one, race 1, is March 2nd. It literally is going to be every Sunday, guys, every Sunday for 3 weeks. And these are the prizes. And we got some more tweets about these prizes specifically. And this helm is one of them. And this Demigod's Virtue Unique item will be up for grabs for the top placement of each class. So they are going to award a winner for each class that's currently in Path of Exile 2. So there's going to be 6 winners will be awarded. So 6 Demigod Virtues are going to be awarded. And there it is in its glory. And then on the last race on March 16th, they are going to declare an Alienware laptop will also be awarded to the fastest player in our final race on March 16th. So a nice little Alienware laptop up for grabs, and there are the details, and here are the rules. So those are the race days that take us on the 3 Sundays in March, the 2nd, the 9th, and the 16th. Now the following week is the last week of March, and if we go by past history, Grinding Gear Games likes to drop stuff Friday. It could potentially even be the Thursday. So I'm speculating that point 2 drops on the March 27th, if you're a Thursday guy. But Fridays is probably more likely is when they're going to make an update. And I think Friday, March 28th is when point 2 gets dropped live in early access. Now, the question remains, outside of what we talked about today as far as what's coming in early access, what else is going to be coming to 0.20 outside of the new support gems that we just shown and outside of the tower update in the end game? What more is going to be added? We're still missing 50% of the game. We're still missing a lot of characters. We're still missing more ascendancies. We're missing the third and final trial of ascendancy. What is going to be added? And I am speculating. I have to say, I've been going back and forth. There's part of me that is speculating that they're going to introduce Acts 4, 5, and 6. And also some more fixes to crafting and the end game. Those are the 2 big items from a macro level that I think need big changes. So I suspect some of that stuff is going to come into point 2. But there's also a side of me that is thinking they're not going to introduce Acts 4, 5, and 6 because everybody's loving the campaign right now, right? The problems are the end game, the crafting, amongst other things. So maybe to get like a nice little win, they could introduce the 2 classes that they said are going to be next on deck, and that is the Druid class and the Huntress class. So I'm kind of torn. I don't know which way they're going to go. Are they going to stay away from introducing new classes right now? And because balance is such an issue still, and just add more to the campaign that's already really liked, and not a lot of people are complaining about the campaign. Really, the only little complaint that I've heard about the campaign is that maybe some acts could be, shortened a little bit. That's really the gist of the complaining when it comes to the campaign. So I don't know which way they're going to go. And I haven't really made enough of a decision to publicly state what my position is on what else is coming. So I thought I would just tell you where my thought process is and use this video for you to jump in. What side do you think, which way, what road are they going to go down? Do you think they're going to add acts 4, 5, and 6 and add some more fixes with the end game? And then we already know they're doing support gems and the tower fix. Or are you on the other side where you think they're going to bring in 2 new classes and they're not going to introduce 4, 5, and 6? Hell, who knows? Maybe they'll do a mixture of both. Maybe they'll add 1 act and 1 new class, the druid or the huntress. Who knows? It could be a mix of those 2 strategies. But let me know what side you're on. What do you think is going to happen? A lot of people, especially in my community, were betting that this update, the 0.2 update, wasn't even going to happen until April, May, or June. But I've been sticking to my story that we were going to get an update in March, and sure enough, that's what's happening. So let me know what you think. I would love to hear it and try to convince me one way or another of, and if you can validate your opinion, I would really greatly appreciate it. Anyway, that'll do it for the video, guys. And please make sure you hit the subscription button to stay up to date on everything Path of Exile 2. Now, currently, I am grinding the Legacy of Pharisia event in Path of Exile. It's so nice going back to Path of Exile. It's awesome. We're grinding maps, and I'm having a blast with my Power Siphon build, my Scavenger. But I'm having a blast, but I will definitely be participating in the Path of Exile 2 race. So let me know if you plan on participating on the race. Of course, I'm not going to win, but I do want to participate. So let me know. I would love it. And make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on everything Path of Exile 2. As always, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time. Take care. The opinions expressed in this video are mine and solely mine. Healthy debate is always encouraged. Hate is never welcomed. So get over it.